Hello friends, my name's TheRealEmile and welcome back to Forza Horizon 2. Now, in the last video I did a July car pack sort of review roundup kind of thing, and usually on DLC fronts I only make one video, sorry. However, today I think I should make two, because this is a Nissan Juke and it's a hideously ugly car. However, there is a version of this car coming out, or I'm not sure if it's coming out or whether it's just a concept car. But anyway, it's called the Nissan Juke-R, and the idea is they take the running gear from a GT-R and slap it onto a Juke. So I figured, what we're going to do is we're going to try and build that car. Now, first things first, Jesus Christ, is this, yeah, it is only front wheel drive, the Juke, which I only found out recently, which is even worse, to be honest with you. So I figured I'd take the Juke for a little drive. And then we'd slap the GT-R engine into it and all the rest of it and see what happens. It's not terrible to drive. It's a lot bumpier on that cobble road than I thought it would be. This kind of car annoys me, especially this particular car. You see, the Nissan Juke has no advantages over, say, a normal vehicle of this type, like Nissan's new Pulsar. It has no advantages over the Pulsar other than it's heavier and it looks much worse. However, people buy this sort of car a lot, and you see a lot of these about, and in fact I believe on Top Gear they said about half of the auto industry will soon be selling these horrible, ugly, hateful lumps of metal. And the Nismo RS is even worse because it's basically a hot version of a car which is, let's be honest, has no racing potential whatsoever, and it's not like the RS gives it, and all it does is harden the ride on a car which is kind of, sort of looks like an off-roader, but it isn't really an off-roader. If you kind of get where I'm coming from. And it's also front wheel drive, which is even worse. This car is supposed to look like an off-roader, but it has no off-road potential whatsoever. It's pointless. It's honestly just, it's utterly hopeless and pointless and stupid in every way. In fact, it's so hideous and pointless I don't want to even continue on that test drive, because I can already tell the car is not particularly nice to drive, and I don't want to be seen in public in this horrible thing. So anyway, let us go and build the Juke-R. Now, the Juke-R in real life, I believe, only has about 485 horsepower in one of them, and I believe another one might be 600. So we're just going to build a random one. First things first, we need to put the GT-R engine in. Now, you can get this 300 horsepower turbo rally, but no. This is what we'll put in the 3.8 litre V6. Now, that makes the car go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds apparently, and onto a top speed of 175. So now we need to put the 4-wheel drive system in, which should be in the car normally, but it isn't. 3.2 seconds to 60. Okay, that's great. However, I think this car is probably going to need some more performance-y bits. Now, I think the race tires on this game are street legal ones, so we can use them. Anything that's not legal on the road, I don't think I'm going to use for this build. So we're just going to put max tyres and tyre whips on, because I assume this is what the Juke-R runs in real life. I haven't particularly looked too much at the specifications. I know it runs uprated brakes and suspension, obviously. So we're going to put that on. There you go. I'm not sure if any weight stripping has been done. I don't think they did weight strip any of it. How much does this thing weigh anyway? 3,400 pounds. I mean, that's not terrible. I assume the car runs with a bit of reinforcement, so we will shove a roll cage in there. It does have a uprated clutch and gearbox, obviously, to deal with the amount of power you're sending through, and I assume a new differential as well, just to make everything run smoothly. Now that all that sort of safety stuff's been put on, I think we are going to try and get this car to 600 horsepower, because I read that one of them does have 600 horsepower. I think this street legal thing's just gone out the window. 585 horsepower. Turbos. Ooh. No, we'll do that later. I'm gonna run this car as it is now, and try and upgrade it to sort of its real life equivalent, and then we'll shove all of the power in and see what happens. Now it's just trying to get it to that nice 600 figure. 604 if you take that off. So if we take these off, 599. Can the oil and cooling? No, that's okay. We'll have 599 horsepower. In fact, we'll throw in that flywheel just to make everything run as smoothly as possible. Now, I do believe the actual car also has some aero-y bits. Hold up. Right, the real life car can supposedly reach 200 miles an hour. So we need to try and get this car so it can reach 200 miles an hour. 201, okay, let's try and lower the ride height a bit more. See if that helps the car out a bit. 201. I'd be interested to see if it does get to 201, because I'm genuinely curious. I did uprate the clutch. Anything more we can do to this car? Drop the driveline in it. Just let me check how I'm actually recording, because knowing today's look, I probably wouldn't be. Okay. I think, yeah, it doesn't look like it, obviously. The Juke-R has some body modifications that aren't in Horizon 2. However, that's basically the gist of it, of what we got now. So, let's have a look. It gets off the line much quicker. It still doesn't like this cobblestone road, but what do you expect? Aha, the Juke is much improved. Ooh, okay. It's interesting around the corners. I think the diff needs to be a bit less there. Alright, so let's drop that down to, I think 55 to the rear. Seems reasonable. At least to me. I do believe it will do 2.8 seconds to 60. The real life one, the only one I saw a review of was the 485 horsepower Juke. That has 485 horsepower, can supposedly do 200 miles an hour, and does 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. It's very oversteery. I'm sure you could probably tune the suspension and whatnot to make that a bit more sort of, what's the word, combat it a bit more, but it's I'm not too good at tuning. The suspension feels really, really rock hard. Unfortunately, my Xbox One controller hasn't got vibration on at the moment, so I can't tell if it actually is vibrating horribly badly, because it's kind of almost out of battery. Yeah, I have to do a lot of wheel movement to sort of get this car around. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the way it drives, however, it is a bit better than it was before. Before we had mindless understeer, but I mean in this it does twitch. I think that's one of the main issues with this car. There is quite a lot of twitchiness involved, but there's no understeer. It drives better than it did before, so that's always a good thing. It is a mad contraption, this. However, we do need to go and see how fast we can get it down the motorway, because I do want to actually check this car does do 200 miles an hour. And then after we've checked it, we'll do 200 miles an hour. We'll go ahead and build it super crazy. We'll put, you know, all the power in it, and then see what happens to the Juke. Because I believe the GTR engine gets about 600 horsepower. I'm sorry, about 1,002, I believe, is the cop out on the Juke's horsepower. Okay. As you can see off the line, it's blitzingly quick. 2.8 seconds to 60 is about, I think that's Koenigsegger territory, so yeah, it's very quick. The speedo's just given up, as you'd expect. Okay, right, it's starting to struggle now, but it's big, it's heavy, and it's got no aerodynamical properties whatsoever, so that's kind of to be expected. 186, 87, 88, 89, 190. Come on, Juke. It's still climbing relatively well. Most cars would just cop out at this point. I'm trying. God. Sorry, I'm trying to tell if it's running out of gearing or not. Because it does feel like it might be running out of gears. There's some grass sticking out the motorway there. Whee! Okay. There's an interesting bump. Come on, car. Come on. I hate you, Nissan Juke. I think you're a horrible, hateful car. But just give me 200 miles an hour and I will make this torture stop by giving you more power. Because I think this is what the Juke needs to sell. You know, they need to get rid of the normal model and just make the Juke-R. I think this will solve all issues, and also call it the Juke GTR just to really annoy GTR fans. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more going on gear-wise. Maybe stretch it out a bit like that, see if that helps the Juke out a bit. Come on, Juke. Are we getting to the downhill bit yet? I don't do too many speed runs, so I don't really know where bits of the motorway are. We got to 198 though, so that's pretty good effort from the Juke. Usually the Forza sort of telemetry things is horribly wrong, so that's good. 199. Come on, Juke. 200. We're doing 201, 22. Come on, Juke. What more can we get out of this thing? That's insane. 205 miles an hour in a Nissan Juke. I'm almost certain it would probably fall over if this was a real car. However, it has done very well. I am very surprised. So it's not that bad to drive. I'm sure with some tuning you could probably fix the horrible oversteer. But I mean, it's stable, it's fine, it's nice to drive down here. That's surprising. Yeah, I mean, sure, there is some understeer, obviously, it's a four-wheel drive vehicle, but that's astonishing from the Juke. Yes, we are coming to the end of the motorway now, so I think we'll ease off and slow down. That's incredible. Right there. 200 and... oh, we've even got a wheel spin. There we go. Let's see if we can actually get a car or something, or some more money to tune this thing up. Okay, 8 grand. Great. Yeah, my Juke-R build is actually working. That's 205 miles an hour in a Nissan Juke. That's okay. Right. So let us go and do the second part of this, which is put all of the power in it and see how the Juke handles 1,002 horsepowers. My guess is, well, interesting. It'll be interesting. It looks like it's got speakers in its front, which is even better. Right. Okay, so let's just make sure. I think everything down here has been done. I did all of this. I'm gonna do full weight reduction, just to get whatever weight there was still in this thing out. There we go. Fantabby-dozy. Ooh, come on. Buy the thing, thank you. Okay, right. All of the engine upgrades now. All of them. When the game actually decides to work. There we go. Okay. 609 horsepower. So, yeah, we're... I'm astonished. I'm honestly astonished by the Juke. Well done. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of the Juke. However, the Juke-R project sounds very interesting. I'm sort of it's kind of like the Peugeot 308 GTI mental thing they've got going on. I'm not a huge sort of fan of the new 308 GTI. I don't particularly care about it, but you know, if they're doing that amount of power to it, I am very curious to see how 500 horsepower in a Peugeot 308 goes. 1009 horsepower in this GTR engine. Technically a Juke. I don't think it's really a Juke anymore. 1017? Yeah, we've already got the flywheel. Okay, so that's an X-Class car now. What does it reckon? 230 miles an hour. Woohoo! What, any more? 240. Come on, Duke. Can we... I want to see this thing get 250. 241.8. I think that's about all we're going to get out of it. Yeah. Okay, we'll run it down the motorway and see how it does now, or highway, sorry. 241 miles an hour in a Nissan Juke. If it can do that, then, you know, I'll be absolutely amazed. I've gained some new respect for the Juke. Let's just say that. It's not such a horrible, hateful car anymore if it can do that. That's insane. It's such a silly car. I'm kind of glad the Juke's come to this game now. This is, yeah. I'm quite happy. This again, once again, sort of clarifies my point a little bit though. When people are complaining, saying the Hellcat isn't in the game, I get that, and I get why you're sad about that, and I would like to see the Hellcat. However, you can build these cars, and you can get them fairly... Oh my god. Okay, the Juke is extremely quick now. Wow, that came on very quickly. There's 200 miles an hour. And it doesn't even have a flappy paddle gearbox. Makes it even better. Okay, Ooh, God. Yeah, you see, it's not quite as safe now. Safe is not a word I'd use for this Nissan Juke. I also don't think we'll be keeping our very competitive 3-year warranty anymore with this vehicle. 220, 225, 27, 28. Holy crap. It's not fun dodging stuff at 200, and we're going to slow down for this corner just because there's no way we're going to get around that. There's that weird bump again. It hasn't thrown the Juke off quite as badly this time around. Come on, Nissan Juke. What's this then? Is this the Nissan Juke GTR S Spec V? That's what I'm going to call this. Ooh, God. Yeah, that didn't go so well. That really didn't go so well. Okay. Let's carry on. We shall get to the magical 240 miles an hour. Like I said, it isn't quite as nice to drive anymore. I do have to admit, the turbos... I'm going to blame the turbos for being all-powerful. Ooh, God. However, it is very quick, so, you know, if you want an extremely scary but very fast supercar killer, then this is sort of your bag. I should have really raced this against a GTR or something. Maybe that's something that we'll have to do later on. Okay, speed. Speed. There is lots of it. Okay, right, this is where we're going to really get our speed now. 237, 238, 239. I'll be happy with 240. 240, there we go. Come on, Juke. 241, 242, 243, 4. Yeah, it's not going to make it around that corner. 240 miles an hour in a Nissan Juke. That's absolutely superb. I have a newfound respect for the Nissan Juke. Yeah, that's absolutely superb. Anyway, I'm going to probably put the tunes I've used in this... we'll take out an Alpha. Who needs Alfa Romeos? We have 1,000 horsepower Nissan Jukes. yeah. Anyway, I'm probably going to put the tunes up for both versions of this car, the sane one and, well, it's not very particularly sane, the slightly less insane one, and this absolutely mental version on my storefront. You can find them. My gamertag is usually in the description. So just look there, go look for my name, and you'll be able to find these cars. Anyway, friends, I want to thank you very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.